You're faster than me! But we'll go on in the key circle. How are you? How was your day? You are too fast. You are too fast. I don't even have the lights on. I didn't even spam the Discord yet. Too fast. You are the first winner indeed. We usually have Aiden as first, but today I think he will be not late, but later. Arrive later, at least. That made no sense. Made no sense in my head. Made no sense out of my head. All that. Think. Yes, we have most of the things good and done. They'll need the Discord. But yeah, how was your day? Or where are you located? Are you also in Australia, like Beige? Or no? I don't know that. Or maybe I should know and I forgot. Probably the second option, to be honest.
Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock.
I like this one. It's fun. It's a new one. Welcome on in. How are you? Really great fun. How was your day? Fine. Fine is not. I mean, fine is okay. It is a risky one, but I mean.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.
That's the thing,
My
right?
ding dong.
Because this one is music based with the real music or real song. That's no good. The first one is fine. What that means is this tiny portion of the stream at the start will be muted because of that bit redeem, sadly. But like that. I don't know, if you can't take a horse coat joke. Can't take a dick? Well, don't be a dick. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways. There. Hi. Welcome back. How are you? On today's day. Oh shit! I'm tired already. Well, it's nice knowing you. Oh, I hope you're good. I am currently dying. It's 32 degrees outside, and yeah, I am currently dying. It's 20. Nice. Yeah. I mean, tomorrow will be 36. And then we go back down to 26, which is fine. But I don't want to be tomorrow. That makes no sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't want to be tomorrow. That tomorrow makes no makes. Yeah. I don't like high temperatures. So. Oh no! Sorry, made a mistake. It's fine. Computer stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I've been playing with things. Aiden, hi. Welcome on in. You did good. Apple is a good start. Apple is a good start overall. I shared a thing with Kane earlier this week. Last week. I mean this weekend. This is my stock overall progress on the 1 month trend, right? So from anything that I invested 1 month ago, basically, I gained 15%. So went up. But then when you look at it on the yearly trend, I was just back at where I was. I just gained like 1%. So not the greatest thing. It looks interesting when you're looking here, right? 15% is good, but you need to look at the long-term stuff. And currently we are testing back that top resistance type of thing, but we will probably either go back down or moon. I don't think it will moon anyways. But yeah. Yeah, Apple is a safe bet. Tesla is also a safe bet. It's just more expensive. And then Grassham high. No, not crypto, just stocks, regular stocks. This one was not Apple. It was the other one. Can you fuck off? Where you at? Yeah. Second. Trying to access the fucking thing. This two-factor authentication type of thing. Damn it. Not even good. So that's the thing I want to say. So right now, for example, I just have S&P 500, Apple, and EV, like electric driving vehicles, as invested. And I don't have like a lot. I still have like 150 on the side because I have some automated stuff. But that's the only thing that I have. And so that gives me, at this instant, a total of 1,400 that I've invested since the beginning of the year, basically. And so, as I said, right, if you're looking at the long run, it's just static, right? But then when you look at the 6 months, it's okay. If you look at the months, it's great. If you look at the week, it's great. If you look at the day, it's pretty cool. But because I don't have like a lot of investment, I don't make a lot. There is this high dividend thing that I really like. I may invest in them a bit later. So these ones are stocks that just pay you. Interesting. These two are fighting today. So they give you, is the dividend paid? For each share that you get, they give you back about $3 at the moment. So that's an interesting thing. And the one share is like 500. So that's expensive. But then if you find one that has like an approachable, or dang, everything is changing today. Something that is easy to get in. So the usual one is Coca-Cola. They give you like 40 cents per share, and because you can take easily like a lot of shares, that's pretty cool. But yeah, the high dividend stocks are interesting. There is I forgot his fucking name. I think it's Stock Daddy, which is weird now I'm saying it out loud. But yeah. And I haven't liked a video from them in a long ass time, so I don't think I'd be able to find that. Oh yeah, fuck me. Internet doesn't want to help. Beige, hi, 420. This guy right here, pretty interesting overall, giving like a lot of shit. I am all over the place this morning. This person right here, so is giving like a lot of insights on stocks and things that are interesting to invest on. So Aiden, if you are looking into stocks now, you might be interested by something that they have. However, as always in investing, when you invest small amounts, it's not really worth it. So the amount that we recommend as investments are between 5 and 10k to have an impact on your life. If you just do like I do on the Trade Republic thingy, if you just do like 1,000, 100, don't get a lot of things. Beige decided to just use emotes today. I appreciate that. Yeah, but long term is not the same thing, right? You are 20. You are 20, 19 or 20. I forgot. I always forget. 19. So that's good. So if you can. What is this? There is a guy that I like, but of course, so I'm looking for them. I can't find shit. Yeah, the thing is, the thing is, if you start now and you do just 10 years of investment with a consistent investment amount on a consistent basis, you should be good. The example that the guy said was, role playing, as always on TikTok, role playing, two people, one on their, or at 20 years old, one saying they should start to invest, the other one saying they shouldn't, and so one started at 20, the other one started at 30, and they do the same thing. And I don't know, it's like a drastic thing, as in the one that started at 30 end up with 500,000, and the one that started at 20 end up with 3 million with the compound interest. So I don't know exactly the numbers, and I wish I could find that person account again, because I like him and he's good. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can't. The TikTok app is bad on desktop. Can't see shit. But yeah, so investing on things early now is a good idea. So right, the recommended thing is 300 a month as a start if you can. That's like £10, £10 per day. If you can save £10 per day, that's pretty cool. And then if you can invest £10 per day and you don't have fees, do that. If you can't and you have a bit of fees, do like 300 per month, either at the beginning of the month or like 2 times 150. But don't do 100,000 in one go. I mean, 100,000 is fine, but like don't do 500 and then nothing for 3 months. It's better to average everything, as I showcased in the charts that we have here, right? On I know you spend 0 per day, but still, in here, right? That's my average long-term thing. So I basically invest every month, basically. So you have here, right? So that means that the one that I invested here are in deficit, but the one that I invested here are in positive. And the amount of positive that I get on the last month, like the 15% up, is catching up with the deficit of the 20% down, basically. So you can do that. But yeah, so just understand dollar cost averaging, which is the term, or pound cost averaging. Investing in a very scheduled manner. Fuck. Brain is difficult right now. So yeah, and I need to refill that. Oh, everything's fucked today. It's fine. So yeah, so dollar cost average, if you can, that's the best option. It helps a lot. I don't know how I can explain it. That's the best. What's happening, Beach? How was your day? How is everything on your side? How's this desk setup going? Did you find a solution? No solution? All that? So yeah, so this is the this is the best overall explanation of how things work, right? You invest 8k here, it's at 10, and it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, all that, and then maybe a year later or 6 months later, you are at 10, so you made 0% on your investment. However, when you invest like 1,008 times, which basically it's not 6 months later, it's 8 months later, because at some point you have some lower values, your overall return is like 4%. So basically, you made 4% on your investment over the same period of time rather than 0. That's the thing behind, right? It's not buy the dip, it's buy on a regular basis. So right now you see they invested at 14, they invested at 9, 13, 8, 850, 750, 10 again. And so overall they just placed 8k, but at the end of the 8 month they have 8k plus 4%. Other than this one that just put 8k here, got 8k at the end. But yeah, been sleeping since 7 p.m. so now it's 3 a.m. and you're awake. Yes, that's make all the sense. I get it. Yeah, I mean, I got my my monthly reports, and they said, which is fine, but they're like, oh, this month's expenses are 6k 400. Shit. Yeah, I spent 6k this month, and that's just because the Mac died and I needed to buy a new Mac twice. Shit. It is. It's annoying. Yeah. I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. Still. Kirax. Fuck. Kiraxlicious. Welcome on in. How are you? Took me a long time. Overlay alert. We have like new. Oh. Kira, I guess. Kira-licious. Yes. Sorry, brain is just very, very dead at this instant. So yeah, so we have new overlay as every new month we get new overlays. That's the new starting soon page. We have a new chatting soon, just chatting scene, still very similar to the previous one. A new Mac and PC transition. Overlay. We don't have like the song here. The song is now on current song. No, current song. Right there. That's the new song. Song alert, song thingy. I don't know, it's placed weirdly. I think it needs to be 4 pixels on the right here. Maybe down. If I put it down, it would be better. It's fine. Thanks a lot, Daryl. I can't do that yet. We have a new BRB and a new end scene, which is the same as, right, all of these things. All that is good. They're all redeemed drink. I need to go drink, so we need to refill that. Let me refill that. Always clean? Depends. Depends. But yeah, so that's the alert, Kira. Even though I didn't change the title, I should have changed the title, but I didn't, and it's fine, and it's good, and I think we're good on the investment thingy. Someone turned me into fries. Okay, Daryl. Okay. Short fry though. That was a very short fry. Let's go back to the fry bit. Beige, you say, I think I'm doing keep the green screen and have redeem for background change. That way framing is easy. Yeah. You could do that, that's true. Have a good look. Aiden. I don't know though. So the reason why fuck me. The reason why I said it could be interesting for you to get like a background and not a green screen, similarly to what Mel is using on their stream. I would say not this one, because this one has been, I mean, this one's great, but that's a different one. Let me see, can I find that? Can I find like a clip of that period of overlay? Have a framed potato. No, I can't find a clip of that section. Basically this one is the same thing. Terrakin, hi, welcome on in. So, right, you can see how she has the, I mean, you can't see shit, but you can see how she has the her camera, which has like background, and so she could overall she could have an overall like crop of the camera, but if she was like green screened, she would be floating, and so that's my main issue with people who use crop thing if they are not at the bottom of the screen. And also I figured I'm actually talking with my hand, you can't see them. And so White Panther has very similar thing in terms of her placement, their placement, her placement. I don't remember. And so they got right there. They have themselves at the bottom, and it makes sense to me because you can see like body cropped in at the right place, right? A bit. No, I didn't. Can't. Brain doesn't compute at this instant. So she do that, which makes more sense to me, and it also makes sense for the type of content that they do. I've been seeing like a lot of dev that use that thing, right? That type of overlay. Tim that rated us yesterday. No, Tim is on top. However, So finite, if you don't know, finite have things that are very close to what you have in terms of get me a drink and all that. I don't know if it's, but yeah, they have, for example, here, I don't know if their background is a background or if it's green screen. I think it is green screen. But they do have like a very interesting, very interesting. They have a lot of alerts. I just popped in their stream earlier today, and they have things like this, right? Where they are here on the chair and there is another version of themselves that come in and just talk to the person that is here, green screen. And so they do that. They also do the bring me a drink. They also do like a pirate that comes in from the door. They do a lot of shit. And so it's a good base. Just this one, for example, it's pretty interesting. But it works because they are green screened on the bottom of the screen. So I think it could be interesting for you to get, as you say, a bunch of backgrounds, but also potentially more real backgrounds, like things that you are really using and things that you got. Brendan Brendan got some of is that the one? Right? Things like this. So used to do a lot of shit like that, where there is other thing that pops in terms of placement. I don't know. Yeah, this one. That's when I discovered Brendan. But like the PP, everything on the desk is fake, which is really interesting. I don't know. It's this one might work. Right. So it's coming out of the closet. Sometimes it's him, sometimes it's not him, sometimes it's weird things, right? All that. And so I don't know, it feels interesting overall. But to go back to what I was saying, the original thing, it is, and it works for me specifically because they are cropped at the bottom of the screen. So maybe, if we go back here, by the way, I'm working on a dark mode, this thing. It's not something that people know in my company, just working on it on the side. When I have a bit of time. So your Baseland OBS thingy. Maybe if Figma just want to load things, maybe we could swap things. If you are up for it, right? Maybe, let's say you're most likely to be here. maybe you could swap things and put yourself here. If you put yourself here, it's fine for me. You can be green screen, it's okay. But if you're floating at the top, then I have an issue with that. And so in order to not have an issue with it, you need to have yourself like glued to the element that is under. And so if here you have like your screen, a screen recording or whatever, it's weird. It's just weird. So as Dragon said, it could need like just a border. You could easily do in OBS a color thingy. I don't know, I forgot how it's called, but just make a thing that is, I don't know, white or whatever color that you want, that is at the bottom of your camera, and it works with a green screen thing. If we go to, I think VBI does have some really interesting stream pack that also have camera things, aren't they? I know that there is one somewhere. It's not Enterprise, is it? Is it? We have VBI, Nerdordon. It's Nerdordon? Okay. We can make it like behind the speaker stand. Yes, can be. That's the thing that I was talking about. So some of their packs, and I think it's they have like an animated pop thingy. I forgot. Let's see. Sticker Bomb. They have, or they had, presentation. It's not this one. Fuck me, I can't find the thing that I'm looking for. I like this design though. Like this. Right there. That makes sense to me. So you could have something like similarly to the thing that I have right here, right? With my logo and like social callouts, all that. You could have this that helps to anchor your camera to something on the screen rather than having it float. So maybe you have like the second camera that is here, and that's fine, and then you get like a box like this, I don't know, that is the same size, the same width as your camera capture, and maybe you make it a tad bit rounded, maybe 16 is too much, I don't know, and I just had an ID. It's not a great ID, but it's a good ID. Okay, let me see. Do I have it? Maybe you could do that, right? Because you're into keyboards, you can use like a space bar here, and then you anchor yourself to said space bar, and then you have content that goes here, whichever shit you want to place. I don't know, it's not good, but it's an option. It can, right? We have these. At least something that just helps with the placement of yourself. I think having it like a front facing is weird. It should be sideways, kinda, but yeah, you could do that. You could do that as well. And then here you could have, let's say you have, I don't know, some alerts with the latest or the last person who decided to follow. Yeah, fine. Have the face of the person and then just the name and things that cycle through. That's an easy things to get on Stream Element with no issue. Just create a bar, and then what I would recommend you to do is, rather than have a bunch of colored spacebar, I would just have one, that is this one, and then use the color correction filter to change its color. So let's say, let's go back to OBS for a sec. Do that? I can't do that. Damn it. Okay, well, fine. You get this, and then you just add the color correction filter. And so here I call that hue because I know I want to shift the hue, and then I do a move value, and so here is default. So that's my main thing. I just want to have the hue filter with all the settings, and then the trigger is when enabled. And then let's say I want to create a duplicate when it's red, so I just do red. And then when I do, I just go back on the first one. Try to find one that is more red than the opposite, so it looks like here. It's basically the thing, so I can bump the saturation a bit, get like a more red appropriate right here. You go back here to get values, duplicate, blue, then do the same thing. Hue shift, nice blue that match with you. Maybe that's the one. Just get values. Things don't seem to get the value for some reason. But yeah, you get the idea, right? It's just, I think, because Mac is trash. Can't deny that. We said more, less. But you can do very bright shit. Not a good idea though, but so you can't get values? What the fuck is that? Weird, so weird. Let's change that to the blue that we had. Get value here? No, I can't. Okay, so it's hue shift at -20. Just one. Okay, so if I click red, we go red. If I click blue, we go blue. If I click default, we go back to default. Right, so you can do that, and then with the channel point redeem and streamer bot, you can easily say, well, if that channel point is redeemed, then we switch to this, or we switch to red, or we switch to something else, right? And so basically, that's what happened when I'm here on channel point redeem of light mode or night and day thingy. We get the ability to switch the letters and the text, their text, to swap with a new but was blank basically. So that happened when StreamerBot detects that the channel point has been redeemed, and so it swapped everything, and you can see like the gradient has just a cycle, and yeah, it's a simple thing. The beige plan. You want it to be beige? We can make it beige. Sure, I'm sure. Sure. Like if we say duplicated, let's call that beige. I'm sure that if we go to U shift, basically need it to be a bit brighter. That's yeah. I don't know. That could be a thing. I'll make the rule. Could work. Nonetheless, right? Very simple, very easy to do type of thing. Just do that. So either that with like a bottom section type of thing, or you swap your facing camera, and potentially that's one of the things, right? On Panther stream, you have them being way bigger at the bottom. I think they take almost that on screen, so that could be a thing as well if you wanted to. I don't know if you have cropped the camera here or if it's cropped because the camera doesn't go further than this, which is fine, but you could do that. I do like bottom section. They do have an interesting scene. I mean, they have amazing stuff. I don't know, do we have clips of all times? I don't think I can find the specifics that I'm looking for. Right there, they have this scene, which is them on a old mirror frame type of stuff. It's neat, right? It's a nice thing. You can see that it's cropped right here because the camera doesn't go through, but we don't care. It's fine. So yeah, you could have some type of things like this as well. Don't worry about derailing. I derail if I want to derail. Do they have like a thing? They don't have a clip of their BRB transition. The BRB transition is the most amazing thing that I've seen on the stream, but I don't think I could find a BRB clip from the thumbnail. Anyways, it's fine. So placing yourself at the bottom or placing yourself with something underneath to make sure that you are not floating makes more sense to me. The idea of that, right? I don't know. I don't know, we found that person somewhere.
Womp womp. Womp womp. Womp womp. Womp womp. Womp womp. Womp womp. Womp womp.
A lot of womp-womps.
Womp womp.
The framing of the camera, right here, I have both sides. If I go into Mac, both sides are here, so I am still framed everything. If I were to go, can I do that? Is that an option? Might not be. Not be. You might. I was about to say you might lose me for a second. Yes, you may lose sound. Okay, I think that works. So right, if I do something with a background removal, right, and I am placed here, this feels weird to me. I think also it doesn't write the background because it's black behind all that. Maybe if I didn't thinking too much, we can try stuff out. That's a bit better. It's a bit better. It's a bit better because we have light behind us a bit more, so we have more separation with the background. But yes, that feels very weird to me. That's not me. That doesn't match with what I want to do. But still, with a removed background type of thing, right? You get weird effect. That's so weird. I wouldn't expect that to happen though. Right? So you can have this, but you still have like a framed overall because it's very tapered, and I'm on both sides still straight. We have the thing at the bottom right here that shouldn't take background removal. All that makes it still good in a way. I still prefer to have a background, even if it's light. I don't know if you know what? Right, that's the so that's the light mode, and then that could be neat. One day I will have this. One day I will have the ability to just do this and have both work. Yeah, more green fabric for you potentially if you wanted to, but I don't know. It makes the other color pops. That's true. That is true. It also make that bitch line up. I hate it. It's fine though. And so to answer your question of how do I get a proper background removal, I use NVIDIA Broadcast to get rid of the background, and it is this one is an app that is outside of OBS. However, it is also something else. It's also a filter inside of OBS directly, and you can have the yeah, that's true. I don't like to use Studio. But yeah, you're right. I should. But yeah, like you said, well, that's the NVIDIA Broadcast is the thing, and or the background removal filter inside of OBS directly. I forgot if it's a plugin or not a plugin, but I think it's natively, as long as you have stream effects, you should be good. Yes. So it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I still would recommend not green screening yourself. But that's just me hating on green screen. So you good? Don't worry about it. Right. I'm trying to find on OBS other the people that just use green screen. I know that Jackie's using green screen, and then Finite seems to use green screen, but I don't know. So Jackie's at the bottom, same thing, right? And they have like a small camera overall, but the content is different. There is a thing with green screen face placement that absolutely makes no sense to me. So right now, I didn't want to do that, but I think I need to do that. So if I take a screenshot of Jackie's streams. I'm sorry for the zoom in. The viewing angle at that instant is basically this. So they go in, and that's where they're looking at. So the direction in which she's looking at the content, it's the same for White Panther, it's the same for a lot of people. And that's my main thing, the thing that I don't like about it. And that's, I talked about that before. Kane, hi, welcome on. Right, she's basically looking in front of her, but she's facing us. So it makes no sense to me that they will be looking at content in my brain. That doesn't match for most. I mean, most people are okay with that. One thing that I would potentially say is green screening yourself at an angle, potentially being like a bit on the side compared to your camera and your green screen, may help you to be able to like visually green screen yourself looking at the thing that you're working on, if that's an option. But most people don't have their computer at the edge of their desk with everything on the side, right? Or they don't have like a corner desk type of thing. So it's a bit complicated to do that with the green screen, maybe, I don't know. But that could be an option. But yeah, that's my main issue with green screen persons. And then, well, turns out back on that, right? Giving you water, all these things. They are green screened, for sure. they are green screen with a background anyway. So, I don't know. But Kane, how are you? How was your day? How is your day going? I mean, it's the morning-ish on your side. The thing that makes it clean is basically the fact that the green screen, even though you can see the green screen thingy, is like they used blurred backgrounds to get the effect. Right, my background right here is not exactly in focus, right? If I now it's in focus, kinda. But when I come back, it should focus on my face. Yes, that's good. Mine explosion. Hi, welcome on in. So, right, they give that tiny effect on the background to get like the realism of that thing, and it also feels like this has been a recorded video rather than themselves. It's just they play that. It's fine, but I don't know. Maybe you need the background like this to appease my head. But don't worry, that's just my opinion. You don't need to follow everything that I say. That person looks like someone that I know, but it's not the same person. Really, really weird. Even though, like, some people don't have. Sorry for this person, I don't know them, but right, don't have the most interesting background. They still have like a camera background type of thing. Technically, for me, I would crop that right section because they don't seem to move a lot, at least at this instance. And like if they cropped that, we wouldn't see the cardboard box and more of the carpet. I don't know. But if they move a lot, then yes, maybe that's good. Maybe that's good. But yeah, mine. Did you figure out everything on the slate? Is it working? Are we good? Do you need help? Can I show you stuff? Or do you need me to show you stuff? Good bit. I hope that helps a bit. Why am I so tired already? My God. I am dead. Still working on it. Good. Say. That makes a lot of sense to me. They are the same cam, yes. So the camera is the same thing across each scene, and so I think we need to. Can I trigger that? No, I can't. I need to be on the slate at the same time. I can show you. That's weird. Basement top screen. I don't know. Feels weird. It will be fine. So, okay. You get your good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. Anyways, let's zoom in a bit. I can't really zoom more than that. That was loud for no reason. So in your scene, right, you want to have you're saying you're trying to uncrop starting cam while keep main stage cam cropped. Yes. So if you want to do that, let's say you are here. You want your camera, so your camera that is here, to have a new crop value. So currently, if I'm not mistaken, on starting, the filter for the crop that is triggered is the crop main. If you wanted to uncrop your camera right here and make it a new ratio, like 100% off the screen potentially, what you need to do is you take the crop main filter, you duplicate it, and you call that, I don't know, crop soon maybe, because it's the starting soon. And then I just move it back up. Potentially, I also know that I have a crop none that is available. You might want to use that. Yeah, I mean, that one is dumb because we have none. I'm sorry, I'm a dumbass. We have none. I forgot about this one. So you can just go here and say, instead of crop main, you use crop none when you arrive on that in that section. I mean, I thought of everything, but then I forgot about me thinking of everything, so... Right? That means that if we go on main stage, and then we go on not main stage, you get these. And so if you wanted to have your camera in like full screen, you can do that. So that's full screen. Let's say you want it to be underneath these things and full screen cropped. The thing that I'm seeing right now is that we have like radius at the bottom that shouldn't be here. So there is the camera corners right there. And so in here, you may want to go to corner, and I have corner none right there. So that way it's sharp right there. And if I go from starting to main stage, it goes there. I go from here to here, it goes through. So we have a bit of an issue with the overlapping because of the placement. Camera is placed under the dock in here, and camera is not placed under the dock here. So if I just move that to under dock, let's do the same thing here potentially. So that means it still needs to be here. Anyways, dock, BRB. Yeah, same here, ending, same placement. Okay. So if we are here, go there, just zoomed in, zoom out. Is that the thing that you wanted to say? You said yes. So you have the no crop. However, what I was about to do earlier is also a thing. If you wanted to have another thing, potentially, let's say, I don't know, let's say on your BRB, you wanted to have a new crop option. So you just duplicate the thing, you rename it to make sense right now, naming it crop BRB, and then I know that on the 1920 by 1080, if I want like a square version, I kind of need like 420 on both sides to be taken off. So if I do that, I get like a square-ish type of off camera, and then if I do corner large, it's not big enough. So let's say I want something more than that. Let's duplicate it. Let's call that corner 4. Yeah, at 4. And so the corner radius on a 1080 is 540. Huh? Yeah. So you do that. You create a new crop none on the camera thing and a new corner 4. And then you have your rounded stuff. You just need to go in the scene filters, and on the scene filters you define your crop. So that's at the bottom. You go crop BRB and corner 4, which are the two things that I just created. And so that way, let's say this one is placed here. That way, if we move from here, to here, right, it goes to a circle. Here. It makes sense. At least it makes sense to me. So I think that's everything that you need to know, basically. Yeah. You could you could say I don't need
MindXPLOSIONTV just gifted 1 subs.
Thanks a lot for the 1 gifted sub, I appreciate it. And you got Robin Speed, which you followed like yesterday, I think, or this week. I've seen their name like, not so long ago. But thanks a lot for the gifted sub. I appreciate that. What the fuck was I about to say? Yes, if at some point you decide to get rid of an effect that I have in the transition section, it will fuck up all of the automated switch in the scenes. So if it's used in a specific scene and you just delete it from the element, you need to either redo it or relink the scene transition to the right filter. So if that happens and you see that your camera or your screen capture or whatever doesn't resize itself, then you need to just go inside of the scene filters and then switch and select the right one, the new one or the one that you haven't deleted. If that makes sense, that will help you for everything. Fuck, my back is hurting so bad at the moment. Oh, the life of a designer, sitting like a dick all day and then complaining about back pain. Ah. But yeah, that's the simplicity of the Slate Zero. Slate Zero is very simple.
Mind Explosion TV gifted the Key Circle a subscription. Mind Explosion TV gifted a tier 1 sub to the Key Circle. They have given 4 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you for the post check. I am, as a potato, stretching and replacing myself. I appreciate it. But thanks a lot for the second of the day. Gift sub. 4th in total. I appreciate that. It's a party potato. But yeah, I hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. And all that. I almost turned it to a toast. It's been a while since I turned into a toast. It is cheaper, indeed. It is, I mean, I'm fucking expensive, so yeah. I am very expensive. Click the wrong button again. Yeah. I really think you should have. Bob Kirk, hi. Welcome on in. Can I do that? How was your day? How is your day going? How are you? So much questions. Can I do that? Does that switch the... Oh, fuck. That doesn't... Where do you... Image on that. And... No. Why, though? If I do that? Okay. Weird. But yeah, I would do that, Beige. I would do that. I would get yourself a background so that you can crop yourself and place yourself wherever you want, or not getting yourself a background and placing yourself at the bottom or something. Right, but something like this could work easily if you have an okay green screen. I don't know. Yes, I did all the graphics in Figma. Isn't. You should have like a Figma file linked to the zip file. Don't you? You don't have a Figma file? Scaring me. There should be one thing that gives you access to all of that, which gives you the ability to potentially change the fonts and placement of these things. I don't even know if I gave you the Fat Kitty Cat font. I just love the name, so that's why I used it. But yeah, it should be in here, and you have access to also the background and all that. But yeah, everything is made in Figma always. It's faster for me than something else. Reminds you of SpongeBob. As in SpongeBob, or as in the SpongeBob font? And Bob, cat lady, you said I got scolded by a boss with 5 watches, got some shrimp wheels, with a lot of UI design basics article. That's good. Hey, what do you mean? No, yes. Fuck. Oh, the 5 minutes later. Yeah. These ones? I like this. This one is clean. Interesting. So if you wanted to, right, you could do that. And Beige, you said that if you had, I guess, Figma instead of Dogma, but you can change all the things. Yes, kinda. We have used this at some point, so it's a bit of a complicated thing, but Figma lets you do something that is pretty interesting. So right now, let's say I wanted to have like a new, I don't know if it will work. We'll see, but it might not. I want to do like a 2160, right? That's the thing, my 1080 screen. That's my screen resolution right now. And so what I kind of do, or used to do, is I take that, I make it green. So that's a green screen. And so now I can create anything on top of it, and as long as it is, I call it is opposite enough to the green, we should be able to go to that section in prototype. So you have this. Let's share the prototype and say anyone with the link can view. So let's copy link here. Go on the, I will go in studio mode. Go on the PC, and then here let's add a new browser source. And that thing should be that with 2160, 1080. That should load this. All right. So now that we have this loaded on top of our screen, I can then take that browser source, add a new effect of a chroma key, right? So it chroma key automatically the green. And now, if I get rid of studio mode and I go back to my Figma file, even though I have like a red thing on top of my face, if I click on that red rectangle and I just move it around, you can see that in my overlay, things move around. So technically speaking, if I wanted to have a Figma based overlay for things, I could. Like let's say I want to redact something that is here, I can do that. I just need to place something on top, and then have like a weird ass thing like this. Can make it black if I wanted to, and then right. So you could. I don't like it, but you could do that. You could have like something that goes on top, and then just is here. The thing that is fun is because I put it on top of any in a nested scene that is on top of any scenes, it's present wherever. So if at some point I wanted to mask or map where things are on my screen right now, I could say, well, I can do that, and then very much easily just map my mirror right here. If we go back there, right, we have the mirror here. So yeah, playing with the green screen in Figma, the Figma green screen. It's a thing that we did before. It's kind of fun, but it doesn't have a lot of use cases overall. I don't know. But the thing that I could do, which is weird, but the thing that I could do is in my prototype, I could say from here, you go to here, but not on click. You do that after a delay of 0 milliseconds, and it's a smart animate with a transition. And then on this one, you do the same thing. You just go back after a delay of 1 millisecond, and you have an animated stuff on top of your screen. I don't know. This one is weird, but let's say you get like a 3000 millisecond for one and a 5000 millisecond for the other one, right? You get a transition in between the two, and so that gives you that thing potentially. I don't know. It works. So you could have like a lot of animated stuff if you wanted to, I think. Let's add an effect. Let's add a layer blur. Let's make these blurred, and now we have a UFO flying through. Just had a bit of an issue with the transition. That makes a lot of sense just because of the way that Figma works. But yeah, I don't know. And it's automated, it will always be there, and as long as I keep the Figma file alive, then we have access to that thing, and it works. I don't like it though, but that's a me thing. And Dragon, yes, we have animation, but not automated animation possible. So we can't have like external triggers. That's the thing that is a bit annoying. And we could have I mean, we could. No powder. Beige, for your question, are you talking about do that? You talking about these effects? Not this one. Shit. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. It's not the best option. But it works. I wouldn't say I recommend that, but it works. What do you mean keystones? I don't know what keystone is. But you need a background if you do that. You need a background. You need something in like behind yourself to be able to give that 3D feel. Nutty has a very good thing on his Scream. Oh shit. Nutty got a specific section. I don't believe I would find anything in the clips for sure. Like that's unlikely, but we never know. We never know. Right there. So that thing that he does with the angle makes sense on that specific thing, because I mean, not right, makes sense here because of the effect. It's the screen that is on top of, and so it comes from the side, all that. Otherwise, cameras with a bit of a taper, if I remember correctly, Nody used to have like a bit of a taper on some of his camera right here, but I think he moved from that at some point. I see things that I've been part of before. Maybe on this one. Darksider TV. We'll take a look at that in a second. Yeah, it's the same thing on this one, but it's at the top. I like this. Ah, shit. Yeah, no, that wasn't the case here. You say Darksiders TV. Dark. I'm an old man. Nope. This person. Doesn't have clip. Oh, I don't see clips, however, I see full-on streams. I saw tilted stuff for the chat right there. That's what you're talking about. Chat kind of makes sense. It's a bit complicated, however, to make it make sense. But that may work. The key cool. Thanks a lot for the emotes. Appreciate that. Going to check. Skyrim is not the same. That's the thing. Looking at camera in game, but it still seems to be flat. But on some of the other clips, they were on the other side, and I don't know if that's the case. It doesn't seem to be. Maybe it's this one is an older stream. But the other one looks very similar. Maybe this one could be. It. I don't know why it looks tilted a tad. It is. Is it? I don't know. I can't say if it is or not. It was very subtle, like a 2-degree tilt or something. This one looks more tilted, but still, it's just. Oh. Is it moving at the same time? It seems it is tilted, right? Because we have the angle right here that create the shadows type of thing. So if you do that, maybe potentially, this one seems, yeah, this one is way more tilted than the previous one. But I don't know if Harris still have clips on his account. I don't think. Maybe. Maybe because Harris used to have like this 3D effect on the camera, right? This one, which weirdly bent your camera right here. It doesn't mean anything, but that was the goal. So you can do that if you want to. I remember so much of these streams. Yeah, I don't know. What is your question exactly, Beige, about the tilted camera? Looking at tilted camera for now, without knowing exactly what I was looking for. Is your question what I think of them? Yeah, just my thoughts. I think they have like a purpose and they can match if the rest of the stream match. So if the chat is tilted, if you have a lot of 3D or inclined things on your scenes, then yeah, potentially you can do that. But going back to what I said yesterday, if you want to have like a 3D themed stream, just do a polypop stream rather than an OBS stream, right? So using like the 3D software, 3D streaming software to get the tilt at the effect, because you will have depth, shadows, all that. But if both, so if you are right, let's say that's the base thing, the effect is basically this. have used QNet, but that's fine. Right, that's the it's basically the effect. So if that's the case, and if that's the effect that you have in mind, it works. It's an option. It's just a bit complicated to match the rest of the stream with that. I would say if you wanted to have that as, I mean, not as well, but like defined, you need a lot of tiny details here and there. Like it also basically means that your alerts, if you have anything that just come through, needs to match with the angle that you put on your camera. And that, I mean, that's a very designer thing to say from me. It makes a lot of sense, but like the vanishing point of that overlay needs to match with the rest. So let's say that you have like an alert thingy, it needs to also have that same 3D things to match. So that means if you place that element at the center of the screen, then maybe you can then place things on top and everything. But it's just, I mean, will just be a pain to overall set up, I guess. So I wouldn't really recommend that. That makes sense. I have nothing supposed to do today. That's the thing. We have no content prepared, even though it's Tuesday. I have like an idea of the things, but I work on questions. So if you have more questions, please ask the questions. Or if you need to go to sleep, it's late. But also you said that you slept all day, so not all day, since 7. But yeah, we've seen some of the newest creation from Mick that we usually recreate in Figma, so that's pretty clean. The new knobs are very simple, so that's a tiny challenge. I don't like these ones. I understand, but I don't like them. But yeah, it's a neat new design as always. They do amazing work. That's good. That's good though, right? I mean, if you're resting, sometimes, some days, that's the thing to do. So I don't know. But that's not feasible. That can help. That can help. I have like it's not an opinion, but it's kind of an opinion. I think it's a good thing to have local time if you are not talking on stream. So basically, if you're a co-working streamer and you are not reactive with the chat, then yes, having like local time and thing like this, people are asking about that. However, mean, the usefulness of the local time isn't big in my views. I don't really know how I can explain that. It's just this cat is not. We have Lemon and we have Ashley in the front page. Amazing. She's amazing. If you don't know them, they're amazing. Very funny. I like their TikTok. So Pot God. First of all, she got a new logo, but they added like the time right here, which makes sense, but also I don't know. I have a weird feeling about that. And then Lemon doesn't have it. She just have the breaks and the countdown. That's all. I don't know. I think if it's a question that is asked a lot in your stream, then yes, add it. If it's not a question that is asked a lot, then fine. You don't need it. You can have it, but you don't need it. Just seeing that, fine. That's just very much textured. Well, in that case, local time is very easy if you want to. So, another streamer that I helped in the overlay use time.is, which is an amazing website that give you this, right? So you have your exact time with the seconds. You don't fucking need the seconds, but it's cool. Thanks a lot. Round ton of streamer with a smile on your face. Have a wonderful day to you too. Thanks a lot for the kind words. Appreciate it. Welcome on in and bye. So what they did is they used this as a browser source. So they created a browser source with just time is, right? And so I closed it. I'm a dumbass. So browser source, and then 800 by 600. That's fine. And so it loads this, right? Then you need to interact, agree with the cookie policy and all that shit. And now I have this. And so what I can do from here is using the Alt key on the keyboard to crop the top and bottom. And maybe you want to have, I don't know, this to showcase the other times potentially, or you just want the time. And so I would recommend that option. So you have your clock now. I have my clock that is here. And so one of the benefits of this method right here, I can't do that on the Mac, but I can do that on the PC. Time is, you can have time is / I think UTC, and now I have the time in UTC. But if I go back, right, between the two, you could load a regular time is like UTC. Let's do that. You know what? /UTC. That way the crop needs to be resized. The fuck happened? And so I like the point of it being bigger. Why? Where? You mean there? I mean, I think it's the most searched versions of these. But yeah, Tokyo is searched. I'm guessing it's just the main cities, like here, right? But I don't know. What was I about to say? Yeah, that's the thing that I wanted to say. So the thing that you can have then is you could with Streamerbot say change the URL of that browser source to not UTC but GMT, and it should switch to GMT. And right now it doesn't work, or CST, Central Standard Time. Why just when I want to showcase something that should work, they just drop that bitch ass thing in the center? I do not. I wish I could. I do not. Too much of a dumbass to have that works. But yeah, my idea was that you just have this, and you can say you want the UTC, and it loads the UTC. So you may need to just do and go through all of the models, GMT, C. Yeah, it does the same thing. It. Right, that type of things could work. So yeah, that's just the idea that I had. Like you could have a redeem, let's say time in, and it just switch the browser source with the thing next to it, the CD that is next to it. So it's easy. You just do like a channel point redeem with an input, and the input is the CD, main CD of your country, for example, to compare to where you are or something. I don't know. That could work. I don't know. I never know how to type Brisbane, so let's not do that. But yeah, it's an option. I don't like to have time anyways, but it's there. And I'm thinking you can also potentially get the theme. I think that you have the ability to do that. There is so many ads when you are on that bitch right here. Black on white. What is this? Oh! It is really not. Oh, You could have it in that version, could work as well. And I think it's cleaner than the OBS, the native OBS one. If you didn't know, OBS has in the scripts that are preloaded in OBS, you have the clock source, and it's disgusting, but it works. And so you could have like a local time clock based on your computer clock, and it's working. But yeah, I am surprised by my clock here and this one being exactly the same. Usually it's not the case. Anyways, so yeah, Kira, I tried to do some understanding of C# on StreamerBot, but I'm not good enough. I took like someone else's code and just tried to understand how it worked. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. If it was like in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, I could potentially do something with it, but it is too complicated for me. Small brain on coding stuff. If you were here yesterday, little kid, you know. Was a hard struggle stream to create that thing right here. Really weird. Really weird transition. But yeah, beige. I would say time is interesting if it's a question that is asked on stream, and if not, no need. Like if it's something that you say a lot, like if a lot of people are asking you what time is it for you every 10 to 15 minutes, then yes, have a clock, put a clock right there, and you'd be fine. However, if once stream you get someone that say, what time is it for you? Well, you can say it's about to be, I don't know, the time. That makes sense. That's making a lot of sense. I don't know. And I was looking at this as the details are good. The export isn't. That's interesting. It's just a pattern, to be honest. It's a pattern added to shape, but I like that it's not 45 degrees. That is a small detail, but in my view, that changes like a lot of the perception. That thing, if I were to center would be this one, right? 45 is this, and so they used that, which right now, by doing it this way, I don't really know what's the amount. That's not right. Yeah, that just give us like a bit of or interesting pattern overall. I don't know how I can explain that. Other than a straight 45 degrees. Create more texture. I don't know, straight might be this. Yeah, that's basically straight. It's like a 4 degrees change. So they are like a 50 degree? 50 degree angles. That changed the texture. I don't know, it's interesting. Oh, I never talked about that, but it's for me. If your company is selling ebooks, do not, please do not use a physical book mockup to present the ebook. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense to showcase that on something that you sell as an ebook, because they won't have this. Please avoid that. Oh shit, the tiredness. And that's for me for placement, but it's not as good as I expected it to be. I'm sad. Yeah, the texture. I mean, it's just a noise, so it is a gradient here to get the light diffusion, but it's a very subtle thing, and then in the background it's a noise on top of the probably the darkest color that is here. So in terms of placement, we get, like, let's say it's a 2C thing. Let's make it a bit darker, so we get that one with this. Do 400 by 800, that way have a good and easy thing to do. Use noise, 400, 800. And so this one.
Atacamba Caxis just resubscribed for 7 months. 7.
I want it. 7 months. Thanks a lot. How are you? How have you been? How was your day? All the things. So overlay, I'm guessing screen. Oh, not screen. There. Overlay. Transparency. With that. Worst day ever. What happened? You too hot? Here we use the same color. Are you positive? Yeah. I mean, that happens. I get it. Not the greatest feeling. I agree. But are you positive and dead, or are you positive and you're fine? Because, right? I mean dead as in too much of the symptoms and all that. You feel like a zombie, well, that's no good. Yeah. Did you not caught it at all, or did you caught it anyways, but from someone else, Teraka? Because the way that you said that seemed like I didn't got it from them, but still ended up getting the thing. I don't know. That is no good, but I understand. I do understand. I think giving us that, duplicate this one, take this one, get a bit. This with 16 potentially. I think the one that is above make 4%. So we have this nice puppy thing. Interesting. I either didn't notice that I had something, or didn't call it the whole time. Didn't call it, didn't catch it the whole time. I don't know. I've tested once, and I did a test once, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. Who said that? I reckon you said you like the black matte texture. I think that's how I did this. Oh, they have like the they have a rim around it. It's a bit more blue than red base. Older. Backdrop for contrast. I mean, in this, it needs the dial thingy around. Would help a lot. Did they have? Yes, they do. So that, if you wanted to do dial type of thing, you do that. One notch, place that to the other side, and then you frame this. Create a component out of this. You duplicate. Move the main component out of the fucking way, and then here you use rotate copy, which is a great thing. And we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 overall, but I think we need 11 So 11 makes no sense. So let's say 12, that means 6 copies rotated from the center should give us the thing that we're looking for. And so the reason why we do these is because now we can create a second version of that has like a bit of more angle potentially. So this one is like 150, so that means we do 15 on this one. Can we do that? Is that a good idea? Not yet, not yet. But the idea here is, now that we have this, we can define, well, these should be 8 instead of 9 because I made a mistake, and or we could move one side somewhere and it works, all that. So that's pretty cool. Thanks a lot for the resub again. I appreciate you coming here, fighting the sickness. I hope you get better soon. And yeah, take care of yourself. We'll see you soon. I hope alive and well. Aiden, welcome back. Thanks a lot. So what I was about to say is, if you create a variant out of this and you then make these small dots, right? Yeah. I thought last time you said something about it was nice. I don't know. I have a feeling that it's interesting. So what we need to do now is duplicate. What the fuck? Oh, that's the frame thingy. Okay, fine. Oh yeah, I have no fucking frame on that whole thing. So this needs to be framed, and then I need another this. I need that to be framed as well. And place this one, center it. I know. Give me a second. Second on this one. We will name layers. Okay, we will name layers. Here I want 12 copies rather than 6, so that we have the, oh, you know what? I want 24 copies. That's better. Okay, so we want 24 copies of that shit. It's fine. It's fine. And then we want all of these to be our variant order. And now we can just select these that are on top, get rid of them because they are not as useful. So here, this one is variant dots, because we need to name our layers right now. And this is our bars. That's our style. This is our grades. And then we have, that's a deck. That is dots. bars, knob, noise. This should be applied as a style to the frame so that we can get rid of the background of our knobs, and everything is named right on point with the thing. It does, right? I do agree. And so what we can do right now is we can, because it's a component, we can go down in the opacity to get something that is more aligned with this one. And then if we wanted to, we could also put some numbers, but that's just not what I want to do. But the thing that I kind of want to do is here we can do that with this. Do this. A lot of pixels. Shit. Just want to add a taper to our bars. That gives us like this tiny detail thingy, and then in here I will merge both, and rather than having it as a solid, I want that to be a radial with the opposite thing, and then just bring that up. Oh. Sorry, I bring it too close. Have a bit of a fade. Yeah, that it's just a detail thingy. They use more for beige thing, and we also need to not have anything at the bottom. I'm just looking at things right now. So what I want to do is use this one and this one as our base, but we just need these to go away. So that works. We have the center one, however, that disappeared because the radio. Another way of doing it. It's not the best way, but it works. I'm cheating. So that's pretty good. What I had in mind was, because I know the knob, so the dots, our dots and our bars, both of them needs to be locked. That way I can't touch them, and that's good. What I know is we have like that dot thingy. And so same thing, right? We get these, we create like a frame for that, and then one of them needs to be 0% opacity, whatever. Even then, once you have the frame, you don't really need to keep these, but still. So that's our it's called a needle, if I remember correctly, even though it's not a needle, but I think it's called a needle. And so that dots as well. So once we have this, we can then play with the rotation, and that's cool. can be a smooth thing, but it can also be like a on point stuff. Right. I will kill Figma. I will kill Figma for these. Makes no sense. None. I don't know. We can do that. It's a thing. It's a tiny thing. It's just not fucking aligned, so that's pissing me off at this instant. So in order for me to get that perfectly, I just need to do that. Right? Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. I don't know. I just, without really, it's pretty easy, to be honest. I can't be more biased than that, but if you know any design tools of the past 5 to 10 years, you should be good. Also, as always, I am very biased on these specific fronts because I have learned tools in 2 weeks most of the time. Most of the tools that I know, the entirety of the thing that I know, or 95% of the thing that I know, I learned them in the first 2 weeks because I just live in the tool for 2 weeks, and then I come out of the tool and I'm like, yeah, you can do anything that you want in it. Best, right? It is easier than Inkscape, yes. And the thing that is best in my views is Inkscape will give you this, right? It will give you some type of vector-based, but still bitmap type of thing. And so Figma being Figma, you can just zoom in and have fun with the placement of things and all that. As you can see as well, rotation and duplicated element that you can reuse easily is just there. It's really easy, for me at least. And right now we are forgetting a thing. Which is right here. Like that, but they have it, so I will just add it, make that a layer blur of like 1, give us like a smooth transition, and then and we can't do the thing that I wanted to do, so that's fine. And we need an inner shadow at the top to be red first of all because I need to know how it looks. Let's one of blur, placement, and probably like 80%. Yeah. What, 2? 2. Yeah. As always, this is like the easiest thing to do. Yeah. That's a 202. Let's see, can I do a 202? Yes. That can be our rotational thing. I don't know. Right, the example that I give every time, and that you've probably already seen, but it's the car that I did, which looks pretty clean, if I do say so myself. But these have been made in Figma, and it's just lines and fills. So once you understand how you can do that, you can then achieve things like this. This is one of the easiest one that I did, to be honest. Looks like a glass rod. It's 4 layers basically, and then we just added like this shadow type of thing afterward. But it's based on a picture that is here. Right, it's based on this one. And I couldn't do the smudge right there. I mean, I could have, but didn't do. This is most likely the better thing to say. But yeah, it's a very simple thing, and Figma can do basically everything that you need it to do. But I mean, you don't really need to understand. That's the thing with the duplicate, the duplicate series that I do, and I used to do on Tuesdays, is you don't need to understand how light works. You just need to understand how the pixel work on the thing that you're duplicating. So you see something, and you're like, okay, so we have light, we have yellow, we have gray, we have something that is darker here, something that is lighter here. And then your only job is, well, we got light, we got yellow, we got something that is darker here, and all that. Yeah, so I'm always replicating something that I'm seeing because it's way easier than doing something else. But like, get this, it's from like a ISOP or ESOP shot. And I thought it looked cool. I said, okay, let's do that in Figma. You just trace over, and you don't need anything. And just by doing this as an exercise, you understand how you can create things that looks natural, because you need to, I mean, to make it look like the original, you need to understand how light works and all that. But oh, we did that already. We did that multiple times. So the latest one, this is a Blender render. This is my version in Figma. So you can see some of the differences are here and there, right? Around there. There are some light dispersion that didn't go through exactly the same. This was a Blender render. This is the recreation in Figma. I have an issue with the ball. The ball was a bit flat compared to the other one because I didn't take enough time to recreate that. This one was the same thing, right? Rendered Figma. And I tried to get all of the details in everything. But right here, for example, I couldn't. It's too sharp on our side. The most impressive one is this one. This is a Figma thing. It has been amazing. Same thing here. That has been like 3D rendered, and then this is Figma. So very, very similar. And you can do everything that you want in Figma as long as you understand how to use the filters and how to use the fills. So, right, for example, Maria tried to do this one. This one was a bit complicated because of the gold, and so we ended up with this, which I think is a great attempt. You have a lot of details here and there that don't really match, but still, as an attempt, it's good. And then you have the version that I did. It's not a complicated question. But yeah, this one, I did a good job on this one. I still don't like it because I see things that I forgot, but I did a good job on this one. I like it. So how do you do a 3D render? You use a 3D tool or 3D program like Blender, for example, because Blender is free, but you can use Cinema 4D, Maya, 3ds Max, whatever 3D software that you want to use. And then you create a thing. And so you need to learn how to model things inside of a 3D software. And then when you have this mastered, you just... Do I have this? If I have this... Right, things like this, for example, that are just animated, and we thought here it kind of looks like a flower, even though it's a close thingy. But you get that, and I'm pushing the not the limits, but I'm pushing the material thingy in M1 Mac. I don't know if it will work as I expect it to do and work. Let's make this the scene flashbang everyone, make it a bit pinkish. -0.1, and yeah, so you can create things that are rendered. So just you can do that. Once you have this, that is it. How to do that, let's find out. Isn't this, wasn't it? I forgot. So yeah, then if you want to render, you just press F12 and it will do some render pass. Oh, I forgot to get rid of the donut inside, but that looks clean anyways. And now it's just passed through. It has 4,000 passes to do, which is way too much for what it is. But it created this pretty. I'm very impressed by that look. I like how it looks. Even with the donut inside, I will let it go through some of the passes. But that's how you render or do 3D render. You go in the 3D software, you model something, and then you press render, and it renders. But in order to achieve this, you need to learn how to use the tool that you want to use, and you need to learn some of the, how can I say that? It seems to me that 120 is good enough, so I will just close that and make the render 120 because it takes way too long. Otherwise, it's not really complicated. That's the thing. It looks complicated the first time that you arrive on the tool because you have a lot of things all around. However, the understanding of how Blender works, specifically because Blender is the one that I use, or whichever other tools that you could find, is pretty fast. Like, you can get a thing that looks pretty good in about a day, probably, if you follow like tutorials. And then I think it needs more light, but I just want to render this frame because it looks good before I destroy everything. So the donut tutorial by Blender Guru is the most viewed Blender tutorial on the internet. It is one of the most complete. How can I do that? Acrylic. Yeah, like that. So let me go back here. But that person right here created have a series of video which is called the Blender 3.0, which is the latest one, donut tutorial, which gives you the old tool that you need to then create that specific donut. And so what you learn in the entire series, which is overall 17 videos, and basically you can stop at the 10th, and you have everything that you need to know about modeling, the basic of modeling and texture and maps, and I'm guessing a bit of geometry nodes for the sprinkles right here. But then it goes in depth and you can go into more complicated stuff to like the 16th video. That seems to be something else. But yeah, it's a very simple thing. If you have the time to watch all of that, that's what I'm saying, in 2 days, you probably end up on the like the first day, probably end up here on the 5th, and then second day on the 10th, and you have something that is pretty clean. And that's the first tutorial that you should do. But then if you don't want to do anything. You can do this one, which gives you a lot more complicated stuff thrown at you directly, but it's great. It works. And they do a lot of different other tutorials that are great, and we recommend Blender because Blender, being the free tool, it has the most amount of tutorials or free resources on YouTube. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like yesterday. The phrase is not "it feels like yesterday." Yesterday, Melicitos is. It's a lot for the stickers. Alex Code. Melicitos was streaming and was playing with this couch, trying to recreate that couch. That's the thing that they do on their stream. They do one share per stream or one share per day, chair, sitting stuff, object to learn how to model. And so they worked on this thing, and it felt like yesterday, yes. And so once while she was streaming, I looked at the thing and I said, oh, that's interesting. I guess I could use my knowledge of 3D to create like the paper version. And so with the paper version, then you have the ability to just say, well, I have my front view, side view, top view. And so by doing that, I have my front view, and then I have my side view, and then I have my top view. And now I get the base of that couch thingy working pretty well, even though these feet are not exactly in the right place. I need to make that either go down or that go up. I think easier to make that go up. And yeah, that took me pins are good. Hi, welcome back. No, the other way around. I did sketches of that, and then in Blender I used the sketches and recreated the thing in 3D. But yeah, I'm not exactly happy with it yet. It's okay, but it still there are things that makes no sense. And so that took me like 45 minutes maybe. The drawing took me like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Was pretty easy. However, the Blender thing, because I haven't been playing with Blender in a long time. It's hard. It is hard. But yeah, no, the drawing it's very easy. So we talked about that before. Product Designer Maker is an amazing YouTube channel, but they also have Instagram. Right there. And so this is the method that I'm using. The download is very easy. I really recommend it for anyone who wants to try Blender or whichever design 3D tools, to be honest. But yeah, like this Instagram is amazing to understand how things should be created. And so let's say you are here, the thing that they show you, so I said let's say you are here, but that wasn't the thing that I wanted to see. Right, that's the finished thing, and then they just show you the previous step, and then the previous step, and then the previous step. And so if you go back to the first one, that's the first step. And so if you wanted to do it on paper, right, you just have to say, well, I have like a box right now, so let's just do a fucking box. Okay, I have a box. Looks like shit, but I have a box. Alright, so that's our base thing. Next step is defining angles and shit on the side, but also on the other side. So I have one that goes from the bottom to here, and that's a straight line here. It has a bit of thickness, goes back up here, and it has a bit of thickness as well, and it goes back up, and I don't have more space, so I will just do 2. Right, so that's the base, and then they create the details, or the how is it called, the inner flexibility type of thing. So just drawing double lines to make sure that we have more thickness to our overall points. Match here, interesting. It goes through, it makes sense now. And then here it's the same thing. There. They reuse this one. Okay, fine. Understand that. Okay. And then you move to the other thing, and they say more like heavier lines to really outline the thing that you just created. I'll do less than what they have, but nonetheless. Right. My side would just have an S button, weird ass shape, but still. And then the color things, and so I can't really do that. So just take a look at the final product. What they do, they have a bit of a shadow thingy going on here, so I will just add a fake shadow here. They have no shadow there, they have a shadow on top, but I can't do that because I don't have a top. And then they have a drop shadow on that section, which is basically that. And that does this, right? So in no time, with the what I call the box model, you get a really easy ID or simple shape. And so for the couch, it's exactly the same thing. You just get the views that you need. So front, side, top. Bottom could be interesting, but also you just need 3. If you want it to be like more precise, and if you had not a symmetrical thing, you would need the other side as well, like this side. But I don't know, that's just I'm used not to do them. And yeah, so in no time you get like the basic shape of the couch, and you end up with these things in no time. What is Mid Journey? I don't know Mid Journey. Is it an app? I haven't. I wish I could see. Thanks a lot. I was about to say, I wish I could see how it looks. See? That's pretty cool overall. I do love the AI stuff that pops in. All of these, in my views, are amazing. Like they are very good base to get inspired by things if you don't have any idea of what to do when you're painting or creating a new piece. However, there is a lot of people who are using them directly, and so I don't like that as a side, but I feel like there is a lot of I don't know if my computer is broken or if it's just the fucking website. Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of other software options. Yeah, this bitch is breaking my computer. Okay, fine. What the fuck was I about to say? Oh yeah, there is a lot of AI illustration, AI tools that have popped in the past year and a half, and we will see more and more. So I'm guessing, yeah, I'm guessing everything will become better and better in terms of AI. For anyone who wants to check the Product Designer Maker, that's the Instagram account. It's great. Great. Start with the easy ones if you want to follow that. But Kane, do you have access to it? Like, did you try it? Just find the video. I think it's similar to DALL-E, but I like the initiatives of AI illustration. I think that's good. For anyone who wants to learn physical drawing, this is the greatest exercise that you can have. It teaches you straight lines, curved line, perspective, shadows, and basic shapes. So you have everything in just one go. This is one of the best that you can do if you can recreate that entirely. But that's the base. And then, as an example, here, right, this is the exact same thing. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 1, 2, 3, basically. So this one, I mean, they all need the same thing. So you just have a bevel modifier on all, and then here we have more, and here we are basically full. And yeah, that's it. That's the same stuff. So, of course, this is way simpler, way faster. But if that helps you to have it like in a 3D view rather than a 2D view on Instagram, you can easily recreate them and get like a, what can I say, get the ability to just move around. So be here and say, oh, okay, so if I look from here, I see that, from here I see this, that. Then you can also understand how facets works. Agree on everything. Get more accurate version. So that's a 0.2, that's a 0.5, and that's a 1. And if you put that in wireframe, you get the lines that you need to draw. So similarly to the line that they created, get them here. Very, very easy. I don't know. Easy stuff. The pins, I don't know if you're still here. I'm happy to see you back. That's the thing that I wanted to say that I didn't say earlier. But yeah, I'm happy to see you back alive at will and all that on Twitch. I don't know why we got a ban at some point. It's something that seems not legit, but it happened, so we can't complain about it. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It was weird. Anyways, yeah. Do you have any design question or anything else? I'm thinking. I don't have any ID, so I might send you to someone. Might. Like yes. Well, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. I am tired, so I will send you to Podpod, usual thing on our Tuesdays. As a reminder, this is the end of the stream. Thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate it. If you enjoy your stay, feel free to click on the follow button. It will be highly appreciated. You can join the Discord if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. And yeah, you can follow me on socials if you want to. It's the same thing. It's not needed. Support me by subbing if you really want to. As always, not necessary at all. However, the follows are more necessary than the subs. And yeah, I will be back, not tomorrow, I will be back on Thursday at 4:30 PM UTC. More design stuff. I will find a thing to do, probably some review. We'll see about that. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourself, eat something, drink something, and I will see you back on Thursday. Enjoy. Bye.